Hey there, New Season. It's Amanda Chambers, just coming at you with a few announcements as you prepare to serve this weekend. This weekend is second Sunday rotation, so things are probably going to look a little weird this week. Just a reminder that because we had baptism on the first Sunday, and we'll have it on the fifth Sunday, and so that means there's 5 Sundays in August. Some of your schedules might look a little weird, so if you need to make some swaps, just make sure that you can decline and find a replacement and somebody else will pick up your shift. Another reminder, Pastor Shane brought up to me that because there's so much time in between both services, and I'm going to send this in an email as well. If you don't mind, on your serving service, if you could serve before and after for a few minutes, whether you're greeting or you're opening doors or you're hosting, if you don't mind, or even especially in the parking lot, if you don't mind serving beforehand and after for both the 9 o'clock and the 11 o'clock service, we would greatly appreciate that. We're just finding that there's a lot of holes right after the first service, and so then the second service people aren't getting here until 10:30, and so that's leaving a good 30 minutes on the front side of exiting the service where there's nobody at any of the doors. There's very little people moving around in the parking lot. And so if you wouldn't mind serving before your service, a reminder, if you can stay in your serving position until after the announcement. So if you could give us like the first song, which is probably 9:10, if you could, or 11:10, if you could hang out in your position just for a few minutes so that we can make sure that we're giving the guests who are arriving late the same treatment as we give those who are arriving on time. I know many of you have been through the season of life where it took all that you had to get here on a Sunday morning, and to show up 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes late. Those are usually the ones who have fought like crazy to get their kids ready, maybe even arguing or having some difficulties or having only one shoe with their children. And so we want to make sure that we're serving those guests as well. So if you don't mind, please make sure that you're arriving 30 minutes before your service starts, that you're staying in position until about 10 minutes after 9 or 11. And then if you can, hang back for about 15 or 20 minutes after the service lets out, just to make sure that we have some serving presence in the hallways in that in-between time, right after the 9 o'clock service and right after the 11. We could certainly use you in the parking lot. We could certainly use you opening doors or just greeting and saying goodbye to people at that time. So thank you so much for that. I know that's a lot to ask of you, but hopefully at least some of you will be able to do that. I know many of you like to jet on out of here, and that's understandable. Me too. But I appreciate those of you that can hang back for a few minutes and wouldn't mind missing the first song as well. So a couple of things this weekend. Pastor Steve's going to be bringing the word. We're still in the Job series. So we're going to have one song, and then Alex is going to be doing announcements. Let me double check that. Yep, there'll be... Just kidding. There's all 3 songs, and then the offering, and then the message. If that changes, I'll let somebody know. But right now, it says that there's all 3 songs to start, and then the welcome. And after the welcome, we're going to have a bumper video, and then Pastor Steve is going to be preaching. So we'll see what that looks like. Auditorium host team, thank you for being prepared and ready for those to be passing the buckets and making sure that those people are actually passing the buckets down every aisle. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you for paying attention to my really long video. It's twice as long as it normally is, but I appreciate your patience and your servant's heart as we do our best to love like Jesus throughout the week, but also on Sunday mornings. I love y'all, and I'll see you Sunday. Bye.